Welcome to the CPG Guys podcast. Your hosts, Sri Rajagopalan and Peter V.S. Bond, explore how brands and retailers engage consumers in an increasingly digitally driven world. And now, here are the CPG Guys. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the CPG Guys podcast. I'm PVSB, your co-host. And when I'm not podcasting, I serve as head of industry and client relations at Flywheel, the e-commerce accelerator division of Omnicom. I have with me, of course, my co-founder. He is the patriarch of the Raj family media empire. He's out in LA. It's the man called Sri. Sri, how are you today?
Doing awesome. I am very excited for this special episode we decided to do. Sponsored by and brought to you by none other than our friend Jack Shannon at Recess.
Yeah, we're very excited to have Jack sponsor this episode. And we're recording this actually the evening of the Super Bowl. And why are we doing that, people? We're doing it because we're going to do a recap of the television commercials that we saw throughout the game. So very exciting to do this with you, Sri. Before we get to that, I just want to, I'm going to dispense with our normal boilerplate commentary of podcast to listen to and everything else. I'm just going to ask our guests to do one thing. Before we launch into our conversation, could you just do us this one favor? One favor. If you're on Apple or Spotify, just go to the main page, not the episode page, but the actual main page of the CPG Guys podcast. Scroll down in the section where it has a star rating, give us a rating. You can give us whatever number you want. We like the number 5. But if you could do that one thing for us, we'll dispense with everything else we normally talk about at the beginning of this episode. So just do that and then come right back. So you can hit pause and come right back. And now I'm assuming you've resumed the podcast episode. Thank you for giving us a rating. We are greatly appreciative. So Sri, why don't you give us some of the big, before we get into this assessment, what were the stats? How many commercials did we count, give or take? Because it's debatable whether some were commercials or they were just pushing television shows for the network. I mean, how many did you count?
So we counted approximately, I would say, 60 commercials. If you wanted to start getting exact numbers, I think you and I matched at 58 commercials. You multiply that by $8 million for a 30-second spot. Arguably, some were 50 and some were 60. The total cost of advertising in a 3.5 hour, 40-minute event today was approximately $500 million.
Holy moly. That's a lot of money.
I didn't do mental math. I actually used my calculator.
That's a lot more money than Wes Schroll gave away at the end of the game in the Fetch Rewards sweepstakes. We'll get to that later. But wow, that was pretty big. So Sri, you had said that it would probably be good for us to assess these advertisements in a number of different ways. Notably, did it stoke emotions of the consumer? Would you buy the product immediately? And is the ad buy enabled, i.e., there's some measure of lower funnel activation, particularly through a QR code, right? Why don't we
disappointed, Peter? I'll tell you, disappointed. If we use those 3 criteria, there were only 2 ads that had the third one in there. Just 2.
So I was going to say, there were only 2. It was Liquid Death and...
So be it. But in today's omni-channel times, when the consumer's 360 always on, I mean, the amount of time people were texting me during the game, it was just insane. People engaging on LinkedIn with our posts. We did 1 minute before the game. Today, we are not in a world today where you want to do offline sales to everybody who put an ad out there and you didn't have some sort of immediate conversion mechanism leading to the next step. $8 million, you missed the bus.
Sri, I think you and I would agree that if this were streaming on Prime, there would have been a heck of a lot more, at least Fire Stick remote control activation of these advertisements. Really
Amazon would figure out 5 different ways for people to shop for stuff immediately on the Amazon app, the website, Alexa, you name it, store, you name it. Right? That's a miss in my eyes overall in a world which is 360 and Omni, Peter. But let's get started. Those were the way we rated them. We're going to talk about every single ad. If we had a minute for every ad, that would be a whole hour. So Peter, let's get going. Let's open up with pregame. What do you think about the national anthem? John Batiste, he's in the same genre as John Legend. That's what he's known for.
Yeah,
Sat down, played the piano, kind of enjoyed that. Kind of
thought it was
enjoyed that.
great. I thought it was great. I like the pregame. There were some commercials. There were some emotional heartstring kinds of moments. The one that caught my attention was actually the I don't know if you'd call it an ad. It was certainly a bit that was being put on by Fox and the NFL, and it featured Brad Hutt in a segment called The Huddle, which was designed to talk about unity and bridging the difference and coming together as Americans. They used the term bound by the promise and driven by the pledge, we rise together. We celebrate the urgency of now. That one really caught my heartstrings, Sri. I was right off the bat, I was thinking, okay, this is a moment when America, with all its deep divisions, can come together and just enjoy a night where we're not red versus blue. We're not one party versus another. We could just enjoy the game. So I really like that.
No doubt about it, Peter, but I want to top just 3-4 things that stood out for me, and then we're going to go ad by ad.
Yeah.
Number one, the presence of celebrities in 90% of the ads. It was just insane.
Enormous.
Celebrity almost in every ad. Did you notice that? Then AI.
Kevin Hart, Tom Cruise, Dan Levy, Morgan Freeman.
That list is just a huge list, Peter.
It just keeps going on and on.
Ben Affleck. I mean, Second thing was AI. AI came by repeated times. I was kind of expecting that. I wasn't expecting what type of ads would show up, but they were pleasant. AI was certainly there. And I loved all the powerful, positive, family-oriented, hope-related messages, anti-hate messages. There was a lot of them. Those were the big 3 themes. So let's start getting into it, Peter. Mission Impossible 6, Final Reckoning. Did you expect that?
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's like if there's going to be another Fast and Furious, there's going to be another Mission Impossible movie.
This is the Final Reckoning, though. I thought his character...
In 1983, I went to what was billed as the last Who concert in Toronto. Do you know how many more decades the Who played after that concert? Okay, I don't buy it. Tom Cruise will come back.
It says Final Reckoning. Peter, we have to rate it. We're going to have to rate meh, yay, or nay.
It was yay. It's a good...
I'm going to give a yay as well, Peter. So next one was the Martha Stewart Skechers ad.
I love that one. It was AI generated. Really liked it. I would go out and buy.
Martha Stewart jumping, skipping, Skechers, like 15-second ad.
I own a pair. I own a pair, and I don't know. I own a pair of those, and I love those shoes. And maybe I'm a little pre-biased by having bought them before the commercial. But I thought that was kind of cute for Martha Stewart.
Peter's got a yay. I got a may. I got a nay. First quarter, Peter starts with controversial penalty on 4th and conversion by Jalen Hurts. But the very first stat we saw right after that was celebrity-filled Java dunking.
Oh God. Okay, so let me tell the audience, I hate coffee. I can't stand the smell of coffee. The thought of Casey Affleck immersed in a vat of coffee, cold brew, whatever it is. I have no interest. Yeah, Bill Belichick was in the commercial. That's nice, but a little too much for me. Maybe I miss Matt Damon.
Celebrity-filled power ad, but I'm going to go with you on this one, nah. Yeah. From there, we saw the kid who woke up from bed, cancer patient. What do you think?
Pfizer. Here's the thing. It didn't really pull at my heartstrings. The kid was boxing because the music was a little too like, Mama Gonna Knock You Out. It was just a little too, it didn't make me sentimental. I watched it and then all of a sudden, oh, it's a Pfizer commercial. It doesn't make me want to go out and invest in Pfizer or do anything. So I don't know what the point of it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the connection was other than the message was there, fight cancer. From there, first quarter continues. MSC Cruise, Drew Barrymore. The ad was meh. I mean, I don't know. But I did Google MSC Cruise just because I'd never heard of it. I heard of Viking.
I know Carnival. I know Viking. I know all those. I'd never heard of MSC, so I was wondering, are they a fly-by-night operation? What's going on? So I just kind of passed it over and said, well, nice that you made your money, Drew, but I don't think I'm going. I'm not a cruise person to begin with.
All of us are going May on that one. We agree. Flying Mustaches by Little Caesars. with Scott's.
That
I
was
mean,
too fast. Eugene, it was actually I don't remember the last time we had a father and son appear in two different Super Bowl commercials in the same year, but Eugene Levy appeared in the Crazy Puffs Little Caesar. I think it was only a 15-second spot. It was really short, Shree,
it
but
was short, but I'm going to stay neutral on that one.
it was okay. Okay, the next one was, and I really don't want to get too political, but there was an ad for Fox News, and they showed their news coverage around the world, and their tagline was Fox News Channel for all America. You know what? I think we all know that MSNBC is not for all America, and Fox News is certainly not for all America. So I think there's enough lying and gaslighting in the world. I don't want to get into it here.
Yeah, I'm going to skip that one, Peter, because I don't believe most of the news outlets really are for everybody. You got to use VPN and voice over IP to get outside the country to really get
You
true.
do. You really do. Watch
Um,
ABC News America or something.
I actually loved the T-Mobile ad on.
Oh yeah, the Planet Earth with all the children and being able to
500,000 square miles of Earth are not covered by cell service.
I love the fact that they're making Starlink as a beta available, free of charge for a certain period of time. So I think that's really I love that. I think that was a really good. The next one was Homes.com, and it featured Dan Levy, Eugene Levy's son from Schitt's Creek. It had Heidi Gardner and Morgan Freeman. Okay, so it's a Homes.com, so it didn't have a QR code, but it's advertising its company name, which is a URL. So I mean, in that respect, I guess it was technically shoppable, but Homes.com isn't really a place where you go to buy consumer goods, and it was a little too cheeky for me. You know, it didn't hit the mark.
Didn't work for me, Peter, but I'll give it a neutral because of who was in the ad. But who's buying homes? I mean, we just had wildfires in LA. Interest rates are at record high.
I was going to say,
who's sitting on 25% down payment? So I don't know. But Homes.com came by twice. Is it the best use of 60 million? Then we had the Ray-Ban Meta partnership with the glasses with Chris Hemsworth. Did you catch that one?
I thought that was Harry Hamlin. Was that Chris Hemsworth?
Maybe it was Harry Hamlin. Maybe
I don't know. In the art gallery,
yes,
I don't know that it made me want to go out and buy the Ray-Ban Google Smart Glass or the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glass.
Use that glass as I was interviewed by Meta Prosper. That interview is actually out on Facebook and Instagram. Y'all check it out. I wore those glasses. They are actually awesome AI simulation VR glasses.
I didn't get that from the commercial.
$299. I don't know. Is it affordable? $299 for the everyday person. So I'll stay neutral on that one. Followed by the Fox IndyCar.
They had those pop up a couple of times. They're basically advertising that for the first time, Fox has both the Daytona 500 and the Indy 500. Okay, great. I don't really look at that as a creative ad. It was just, hey, guess what we've got coming.
But good audience to sell the message.
Good, no, absolutely. Doritos UFO detected. Doritos are for the bold. I thought it was a irreverent commercial. It kept Doritos in my name. I'll give it if I had to go thumbs up, thumbs down, I'll go thumbs up.
Yeah, it's Doritos. I'm never going to give Doritos ads anything but thumbs up. Not because it's my alma mater. Frito is that elite.
How about these Circle water bottles?
I didn't know what was going on in the ad. Then I Googled it later.
Like, why am I going to buy this water bottle? How many water bottles do you have from conferences you've
So we actually counted it today because my wife was opening the closet and saying, do you want to bring any more water bottles home? And I said, you're looking for one. And she opens the closet. 37.
So needless to say, the Circle water bottle advertising will have zero impact in the Raj family.
That's right. That one gets some made. $8 million bucks. Peter, I connect everything to the spend of $8 million bucks. Like, was it worth it? Michelob Ultra
really like Shree. So this featured actors Willem Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara. Granted, they are more of our generation, right? They were doing a pickleball tournament commercial, and they were being fueled by their appreciation for Michelob Ultra Light beer. Okay,
I liked it, Peter.
I liked it too.
I thought it resonated a little bit to it.
If I'm a younger generation, I don't know. Maybe if I watch Schitt's Creek, I know who Catherine O'Hara is. Willem Dafoe is a little bit more our generation, Gen X, not so much Gen Z. So I bet a bunch of people were looking at him saying, maybe they recognized him as the Green Goblin from one of the original Spider-Man movies. But short of that, I don't know if it resonated with the younger generation.
The only thing I'll say, Peter, is I think that ad was targeted for our generation. So because of that, you and I could resonate. I'm pretty sure our generation resonated. We are going to give that one a thumbs up. What about the next rich, salty crackers?
No, there was one more, Sri. There was Disney Plus in between.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was okay. That's by the evidence that you didn't even notice it didn't land. I like the Ritz Cracker ad. Ritz Cracker is appreciated even by salty people. I loved how they were in character as kind of like grumpy, salty, grouchy people. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I like that they were very clear. It's a salty cracker. It does help with the messaging that's clear. I'm not going to say thumbs up. That one's neutral. How about penguins with Red Bulls with the message, it gives you wings? What was that about?
Okay, it's the same style of every Red Bull commercial that's been out for 20 years, It's a new it doesn't feel new, Shri. I'm not going to give it a thumbs up for that.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the usual edgy Red Bull commercial, so I have the same issue as you, unable to give it a thumbs up. Squarespace. The only reason I'm going to give Squarespace a thumbs up is they actually showed one of my favorite places on earth, the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland.
And is that what's going to get you to build websites through Squarespace?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Okay, so that's why
I just kind of liked it, but I'm not giving it a thumbs
give it a thumbs down. I would much rather give a thumbs up to Juno Temple, who carried someone to their flight. I don't remember who the actor was or the celebrity was. I think his name was Miles. I'm not sure who he was.
But so we got to compare notes.
Pardon me?
No, I get it, Peter. Totally get it. I'm with you.
Any commercial with Juno Temple from Ted Lasso, and this was for Oikos.
This is where, Peter, I think localization might have changed, because the ad that I got when you got that was wedding interruption with the Law Brothers, a local LA firm.
I didn't get
that. And with the third ad, which had a QR code, and when you scanned it, it took you straight to the website. All kinds of legal issues.
Oh my goodness! All right, that was Q1, right?
That was Q1.
That was the big.
Pick your best ad in Q1. What are you going with?
I am gonna go.
T-Mobile.
I'm gonna go with Ulta. Ulta beer.
I picked T-Mobile, the 500,000 square mile Starlink. They also said free until July.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Free until July. CPG guys are going to call in and get their free until July. Second quarter starts with a dumb, illogical throw on third down. Would have been a punt, but killed the field goal for the Eagles, but they won. It didn't matter at the end of the day. So the very first ad that came out of that was Baja Blast with the Seals.
What did you have?
What do you have?
I have Mountain Dew Blast.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mountain Dew Baja Blast with Seal.
Yes, yeah, that I did have that.
And with seals, and the last part of that ad was actually seal. The actual finger.
That's the seal. I know, that was good.
Kissed by a rose, that guy.
It's not going to make me
laugh. It made me laugh.
It did, but it didn't make me want to buy Mountain Dew. I did like the ad that followed, which was Instacart with all the famous brand mascots running in. I love that. The Kool-Aid guy, the Cheetos, Chester Cheeto. I kind of like that.
Agreed.
I thought it was a good ad.
Agreed. Yeah, Chester Cheetos, Instacart, good partnership right there. What about the Sloth Bears?
Okay, so in my household, the two women in my household think sloths are the most interesting, funny creatures in the world. They love the movie Zootopia, where the sloth in the police station is moving super slow. And so to them, it was the best commercial ever. It was for Coors Light. It was okay. I don't know if it'll make me buy Coors Light.
It was Monday's Light.
Yeah, Monday's Light.
Monday beer.
Yeah, Monday beer. What do you?
If you're gonna make a news about a new Monday beer introduction, this is the forum you do for that. For me,
Bob Geldof. I don't like Mondays. I don't like Mondays.
Oh, that's because you're still in corporate America. I wake up every day feeling the same excited.
So the next ad was a public service announcement by the NFL, and it was called Stand Up to Hate, and it featured Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady. So they started off by telling what they hated about each other, and then it transitions into this hate is really stupid. So it was definitely them saying we got to stop hating, and they took two people who come from very different lifestyles and put them together to talk about how we have to end this hate. I liked it. Nobody's telling me anything, but I liked it.
My hat's off to the NFL and Roger Goodell for his mission of sticking with anti-hate as a theme, family messages through the show, and the entire show really felt family oriented. There was not a minute that I didn't feel otherwise. And then the next ad was, the FanDuel betting app. No, you can't do that. Guess who was the star of that? Eli Manning, on a day when he's been rejected.
The Manning brothers were there. It was
rejected for the Hall of Fame first ballot. He's my man, 2 Super Bowls, beaten Brady twice. Purely, though,
great celebrities. I think it was a horrible ad.
It was a horrible ad. I'm going to give it a thumbs up because it's Eli. Unhappy he wasn't elected to the Hall of Fame.
2 thumbs down just to outweigh you in that respect.
Extracted series premiere.
Whatever.
Never seen that before.
Uber Eats. So this was an interesting one. Matthew McConaughey was featured as someone who was talking about how the NFL was in a conspiracy to sell more food. And it was a timeline of different eras within the NFL, all featuring Matthew McConaughey dressed up as a different character. And I thought it was funny. I think they overdid it on the celebrities, but Matthew is trying to be irreverent.
Peyton Manning. I mean, that was Uber put a lot of money into that.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm going to give it a thumbs up, even though it was overdone, because if you're going to put that kind of money, this is the forum you want to launch.
Far be it for me to get on the bad side of our dear friend Christy Argelin. So I will he's head of Uber advertising. I'll give it a thumbs up as well. The next one was a bunch of old women in a classic sports car, and it was an advertisement for WeatherTech.
What was happening?
Well, here's the interesting thing. If WeatherTech is telling me they can design a car liner for any car, no matter how old it is, because they were using some vintage cars, then you know what? That actually, if I'm someone who has a classic car and I know that I can get a floor liner that's laser designed by WeatherTech to fit that car, that might well make me go and buy a car liner, a well liner from WeatherTech. So yeah, you know what? Maybe
I don't know what was going on in that ad. So it's a 15-second spot. Again, the thing I geared to use of $4 million. The next one was the tax escape Intuit TurboTax. I thought it was a weak ad until I saw us sitting on the lounge chair and cutting the tax escape.
The easy way, right? That's what it was. Yeah.
Cutting the tax escape. You get it, Peter, wink, wink.
I'm not upset. I'm not going to give it a thumbs down. I'll give it a thumbs up. Google Pixel 9 mobile phone. Watched chronicling a daughter growing up. Now, intuitively, you think, how many times are you going to switch phones between now and the time your daughter grows up? Probably a lot. And yeah, 15? They were advertising as Google Pixel 9. Maybe by the time she graduates, it's Google Pixel 22. I don't know. But it was fine. It didn't offend me, but it didn't make me want to go out and buy.
Emotional connection, daughter growing up. I've seen that.
I'm not going to go and buy a Google Pixel because of it.
No, I'm not pretty sure I was going to go buy a Google Pixel either, because we are Apple people and it's not going to change at this point. But I don't think you and I were the target market. And here comes the next one.
Yeah.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Own the Dream by Rocket Mortgage. And what a A++ in my eyes for multiple reasons. One, time the ad to play and then immediately get back to the stadium.
Led into the show. So they go back to the show.
Whoever your CMO is.
What are they singing in the stadium? Take Me Home, Country Road. It was one of two commercials that bled into the show after the commercial ended. The other one being Peyton Manning's commercial.
And Peter, that song has a special meaning for me. Let me go out and just say why. When I first came to this country, went to school at Virginia Tech, I'd feel lonely. For some strange reason, John Denver's song, Country Roads made me feel upbeat again when I listened. Take Me Home. I can't
Yeah.
explain it to you, but that song has a soft spot in my
It's a
heart.
classic American anthem. Everybody knows it.
That's why.
Everybody loves it.
To
So
me,
two
that
thumbs
ad
up.
rises way to the top, maybe as the best ad, not because
Yeah.
of the quality of the ad, CMO brilliance to time it with what was going on
Yeah.
on
That's
field.
good.
Then we had
Got everybody
two sacks back to back of Mahomes. He was intercepted. I'm going to leave the
together.
game alone. And then we moved to what is greatness.
Yeah, it was a Jesus Gets Us ad. So it was people helping people, and it was talking about embrace what Jesus was really about, which was helping the poor, helping other people, being charitable, reminding us that that is what the true spirit of Christianity is. I thought it was an uplifting commercial.
Normally, Peter, I'm not into religious ads, but this one I'm actually going to take it on a very positive spirit because I think it was on the same lines as a positive message, and you're 100% right, Peter. It was about the true meaning of Christianity.
Yeah.
We're here to uplift each other, and it closed with a message that said, "Lift up the receiver, and I'm here to help you." Right. So I like that message quite a bit. Followed by one of the ads I think both you and I liked a lot, Liquid Death. It had a QR code.
That was a whole bunch of professionals, policemen,
Drinking on the job with cops.
workers, drinking on the job, drinking and being fueled by Liquid Death. And at the end, it taught me one thing. I did not know that Liquid Death had released a cola version.
I didn't know that either.
Advertised, and they had a QR code right on the cola. I didn't get my camera up fast enough because they only showed it at the end, so I wasn't ready to scan the QR code. So I don't even know where it went, but they had something there.
Powerful, again, very powerful, right place, good use of the money. Mm-hmm. Gordon Ramsay, Pete Davidson, HexClad.
Yeah, so Gordon Ramsay is taken to Area 51 where Space Force tells him he has to cook for some aliens. And he's like, we've developed this super special plan. He's like, HexClad, I have that in my kitchen already. And then all of a sudden, Pete Davidson shows up. It was bizarre. I don't get it. It doesn't necessarily make me want to buy any more HexClad. I can't give it a thumbs up. It just wasn't that great.
No.
Then we had a really good one, Sri. We had Tom Brady show up, and it was him with, Tom is in the booth during the show, and he's there with his co-anchor, and all of a sudden Tom's talking, and he just falls over, and some guy runs up, opens up a little panel in his arm, and pops out the dead batteries that are not branded, and in go the Duracells, and all of a sudden Tom comes back to life. I love that commercial. I thought it was great.
I liked it because it was Brady and kind of comes back to life. But the only thing I'd say is I thought Tom Brady was the Energizer Bunny, so it was disappointing to see Duracell right there.
Apparently not. And then another winner, ChatGPT. They had a black bouncing dots that turned into stipple pictures, pixel and stipple portrait. If you don't know what the term is, STIPPLE. They're basically the style of art that the Wall Street Journal uses for its head cuts. I loved it. Progress starting point. I thought that was great. Big thumb up. Then one I didn't like. Now, Sri, Heather Campaign commented on, Heather from Epsilon commented on my post on LinkedIn, said, I can't wait to hear what Peter has to say about the Coffee Mate commercial. And here's what I say. Let's go down. I was grossed out by the amorphous tongue that was flipping around. I don't want to. I have no interest in drinking. One, I don't like coffee, but even if I did, because of this commercial, I would not buy Coffee Mate.
I'm a coffee guy. I'm not buying that thing. Very next thing.
So Heather, I hated it. I
have no idea what that was. Heather, you got your answer. Both of us are going with the man. Next message was the somebody.
It was the NFL for Youth Organization.
Must be respected. Never rejected.
Big sisters. It was great. It was awesome.
Every kid can be somebody. NFL sponsored for Family Connections. Hats off to the NFL. Love the message. Thumbs up. Dodge Ram. Goldilocks.
I didn't get it. I didn't know who that guy was.
Eating dinosaurs, meteors. There was a lot going on. The only thing, Peter, the only reason I'll give it a neutral is because it ended with a message, drive your own story.
Yeah, that's fine. Now the next one was probably the most eagerly anticipated ad. It was the return of Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan eating in the classic diner from the scene When Harry Met Sally, and well, it's called It Hits the Spot, and Meg Ryan goes into her classic gyrations when she adds some Hellman's mayonnaise to the sandwich. You know what was interesting? I think the young girl that was there was actually I think it was one of the descendants of Rob Reiner. I think it might be his daughter or granddaughter, but she's somehow related. But here's what I have to say: it doesn't make me want to go out and buy more mayonnaise. I thought it was just too campy. It was so predictable. I'm going to give it a thumbs down, Shree.
Yeah, unfortunately, Peter, it was already on my Facebook feed, Instagram feed, TikTok feed, Twitter feed. It's already last 2 days. It's been heavily out there. So $8 million. That's what I ask again. Pringles mustache, Andy Reid, Adam Brody from Dawson's Creek. What do you think?
Flying mustaches. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Enough said. Budweiser with horses.
Loved it.
Love it.
Love me a Clydesdale. Anything, you know. So Shree, I think we talked about this pregame. I remember the original Bud Light commercial with the single Clydesdale riding on the beach, and this was very reminiscent of that iconic commercial that launched the Bud Light brand. So to me, I loved it. It was very nostalgic. I don't drink alcohol anymore, so it's not going to make me buy it, but I actually found the commercial to be very heartwarming.
The only reason I'll remember this commercial is because Mahomes threw an interception from the end zone. His most careless interception. Otherwise, I wouldn't have cared. Caitlin Clark, WNB superstar. So win Nike message. I'll always give these messages a thumbs up, especially when it comes to empowering women. For that, I love that ad. Continue the great work you do, Nike, for standing out and championing.
A weird one, Shree. You and I both saw the same ad, so it was national, and it was a whole bunch of specialty doctors from NYU Langone playing football. And I'm like,
the only reason I'm going to give that a thumbs up is the ad made no sense. What is NYU Langone football? Because it had Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz caught the touchdown pass, 2009 Super Bowl. They were going 19-0. He got that fade route, 17-14. The Giants won to change Brady's dream.
I'm not going into New York Langone.
That made no sense. I don't know what message.
Sticking with the Mayo Clinic, Shree. I'm not going to.
What was the message though of that ad?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Next was breast cancer ad.
Great ad.
Very catchy ad by Novartis with Wanda Sykes. Got the message through. Yep. Hats off to Novartis for getting this.
Very funny way they did it. And then they started with humor, and then they shift to a very serious discussion. I thought the transition was good. I liked it.
Same, Peter. Then it was halftime.
Okay. So a bunch of commercials in the halftime opened up with an Indy racing on Fox, just like they were doing. They repeating.
It was quick. I don't know what the message was. Right. Other than Indy cars.
Was a great. Now, okay. So everyone knows that I was born and raised in Canada. The next commercial was from the province of Ontario. The province of Ontario ran a commercial showing the commercial connections between Ontario and the United States. And this was clearly an ad designed to counteract the programming of
55th State Story.
Yeah,
we didn't see that ad in California. Did you get the EOS body wash or no?
No, I got the.
We got the EOS body wash.
Now we had a regional break in the ads. Ontario was clearly advertising this and they made mention of the fact that 11 states, Ontario is that state's biggest external trading partner. And
yes, we got the US body wash with two sisters talking to each other in an interview. It was emotional. I'll give it a neutral.
The Ontario ad for advertising and trying to counter program against what's coming out of the White House about those rotten, evil Canadians. Canadians are not rotten. They are not evil. It is the single longest undefended border in the history of the world. They are our friends. They speak the same language. They eat at the same restaurants. They read the same publications. Canada's not our enemy. I don't care what you think. And if you treat them like your enemy, you're not going to have many friends left in this world.
Fine, I'll start eating
That's all I'm gonna
Timbits
say,
from
Sri.
Munchkins. That's
all
fine.
I'm going to say.
You just want me to eat Timbits. I get it.
I do.
So, did you see the golf ad with Tiger Woods, or was it regional?
No, I saw Stoke cold brew coffee with Channing Tatum.
No, golf ad with Tiger Woods. And then what about the Science Moms LA Wildfires donation? I bet you all didn't see that.
Didn't see that either.
Okay, that was a good message. LA Wildfires donation, important time. You'll find that in the digital liner notes of the podcast. Did you get the Reese's chocolate ad, lava peanut butter after that?
Okay, so I did, but before that, I got an Angel Soft interrupt bathroom break, where literally it was a little cartoon character saying, "We're going to run a 30-second spot so you can go to the bathroom." I thought it was, it was nice.
Interestingly, very interesting, Peter, because we got a Sweet James local, attorneys for injury, Fox, Hulu, Bill Murray, Wells Fargo, and then we got the Angel Soft Potty Tinky 18-second ad.
I saw a bunch of Fox commercials for Tubi, for the Saints, for NASCAR. Then the Angels.
No overlap. So now we know halftime heavy regional programming, bunch of ads.
Then I got the Reese's Volcano Chocolate Lava Big Cup.
Before we do that one, Peter, I do want to mention in the regional ad for the Southwest, the Wells Fargo ad with Carlos the Chef was very good. Stoked emotions. Good. Somebody trying to build their life from scratch and opening a bank account first time in their life. I thought it was pretty good. Lava peanut butter. It's lava time. Big chip chocolates. What do you think? Can't go wrong. It's Reese's. I mean, thumbs up. Yeah. And then we went to the show with Kendrick Lamar. Let's talk about the show, right? What do you think about Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam, dressed as Uncle Sam?
All right. So I love Samuel Jackson. Give me some Nick Fury every day of the week. That said, Shri, it was pretty clear to me, and I think you'll probably agree, that the NFL is passing the torch. The good old days of bringing out the Rolling Stones or Paul McCartney to play the halftime game are over. My era and appreciation of music has come to an end. They're going after Gen Z, and Kendrick Lamar clearly fits into that. I don't know his music. I couldn't understand a lot of what he said. Rap is not my bag to begin with. So other than Samuel L. Jackson coming out, the halftime show had very little value to me.
I got to tell you, I had just seen him at the Grammys live a week ago. I saw it from a few feet away at one of the events. I loved Samuel Jackson dressing up as Uncle Sam for what's going on in the country. Good message. The dancers dressed up as an American flag repeatedly.
I like that. I like the pageantry. I couldn't understand. I don't listen to rap, so my ability to understand the cadence and appreciate it is lost. And so to me, it's just somebody making noise on stage. I love the pageantry of the map. I caught that, Shri. It was really great.
Peter, I listen to all genres, as you know, because we are in the music business. No offense to any rap lovers.
Just not
Biggie and Tupac are the best. Kendrick Lamar is the best of the best. I loved Serena Williams in the middle dancing because apparently she's an ex of Drake, and it was a little bit of diss with the song "They Not Like Us."
Wait, a rapper was throwing shade? A rapper was throwing shade? You're kidding me, Shri.
Two other messages. Turn his TV off. I'll let you all interpret what that means. I personally loved it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA.
Yes.
Oh boy. That's major. Shots fired. Shots fired. All right. Let's now move on to the post show.
No, I want to. So there was, Tubi did a commercial that started with the sonogram.
Wait, you didn't get the leave the past behind ad. Let's make girls flag football a varsity sport.
No, I did. Sorry. Yeah, no, that one was clear. I didn't mean to skip over that.
Our message.
High school girls flag football in the NFL. Very powerful. Love it. Big thumbs up on that commercial.
Peter and I again could not anything here that's going to empower women. We're going to champion it. Excellent message. Thank you to the NFL. Tubi, whatever. I don't know what that
was. When all of a sudden they have literally their heads are the problem is if it had been a cartoon and it had been the head was shaped like a cowboy hat, maybe I could have liked it. But this was meant to be Gen AI looked, and it looked like there was a hat under the person's skin, and it creeped me out, Shri. I mean, I don't want any of that. I totally lost it. I had no interest.
Me too. It was not my thing to be. Are you going to go buy? Are you going to go look up Tubi? Is my question, and the answer
Tubi's
is
free. I already downloaded it to watch the Super Bowl because I stream, right? So I already did, but it's not going to make me any more loyal.
Yeah, I haven't watched Super Bowl on a TV in years because I'm usually live at the stadium. If I told you what I had to do because we cut the cord to watch the game, you wouldn't believe me anyway. Yeah. So then we had Roger Federer with was it Elmo from Sesame Street? On.com.
Oh, for Row.co?
Was Row.co? No, it was on.com.
I didn't have that. I had a bunch of Fox shows, and then I had
Scientology.
I had Row.co, which was flogging GLP-1s.
We didn't have that for quite a bit. We had Scientology after the Sesame Street one.
Oh, I missed that one. Maybe I was out of the room.
Hey, Scientology had a QR code the entire time, and then BMO, the savings bank, Matthew McConaughey, and Agent Force AI by Salesforce. You didn't have that?
Did I go out of the room? I must have gone out of the room, Shri, because
DoorDash, Dash Pass with opera singers, which I thought was great.
Okay. So there was some change. There was some regional stuff. We talked about the pre-half.
Give me your regionals, yeah.
Here's what I got. I had Row.co, which was flogging GLP-1s. I had Elf Lab dancing. It was a scientist in an elf lab dancing. I don't know what that was about. I love our friend Ekta Chopra. I don't know what the hell it was doing about getting me to buy more cosmetics. And lastly, I had a talking flip-flop, which was walking around trying to get me to go on a Carnival cruise ship. Again.
We had Agent Force AI by Salesforce twice, 16 million. Good answer.
I had at the beginning of Q3, I had Matthew McConaughey on Agent Force, which is a sales.
We had that was number 2.
I don't know. I still don't know what Agent Force is. I don't know what this cloud does on Salesforce, and it's clearly trying to be B2B. If you're doing B2B advertising on the Super Bowl, you're really spending a lot of money on a very niche application. That is a waste of money. I'm going to, on behalf of the shareholders of Salesforce, thumbs down. Bad advertising decision.
Opera singers, Dash Pass, DoorDash. What do you think?
Yeah, okay. I had a different DoorDash. I had a Dash Pass that featured Nate Bargatze. I don't know if that's the one. He became famous on Saturday Night Live where he joked about the fact that DoorDash is going to have to cut me off because I order so much from them with my Dash Pass. It's crazy. So they hired him to do this commercial. He's generally a very funny person. I didn't laugh at this commercial. It doesn't make me want to get Dash Pass. I'm sorry. It really fell flat on me.
I agree, Peter. That is not the ad that will make me wake up and pay attention to what Dash Pass is. Ray-Ban Meta came back a second time.
That was with Kim Kardashian, wasn't it?
Yes, Kris Jenner in the background, not Kim.
Kris Jenner. Sorry, I keep calling her. I think she goes by Kardashian again. Sharita.
She's Kris. Kris Kardashian again. All right.
In any event, I didn't want to buy the Ray-Ban Meta glasses in the first commercial. I don't want to buy them in the second commercial. So
$99. I don't know, Peter. It has to be.
We had another replay of the Snoop and Tom Brady.
Nerds.
Loved it.
Ola, Bourbon Street.
Nerds on Bourbon Street.
Very cute.
Bags of nerds. I got hungry.
Very cute. Good ad. We're going to give that one a thumbs up. How about the potato from the seed from the ground? Potato.
There was an ad in between. It was Kevin Costner talking about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I missed that.
Yellowstone to Yosemite. He had me until he told me that it was on Fox Nation.
What does that mean, Peter? What is Fox Nation? I don't know.
It's a streaming-only version of Fox News.
You gotta pay for it?
It doesn't have any news. It only is political opinion.
Okay, yeah. We don't talk politics in this show, so we've lost it. Notice my notes here. I've written Kevin Costner and actually crossed it out for that very reason.
Yeah.
But I love the Lay's potato chips.
Yes, planting the potato.
Forever.
Very nice.
Real Forms, Real Ad, huge thumbs up. How do you like the Morgan Freeman ad? Dan Levy, again, place to call home. Homes.com, we've talked about it. We don't need to repeat it. So let's jump to LeBron James and Doja Cat.
Taco Bell. They kept pushing him out of the commercial, saying we don't want to use the celebrity, but we're going to use the celebrity, but we don't want to use it.
They just wanted to get an ad in, like they just had to on Super Bowl. Like they've got mass appeal as it is. I don't know why they again $8 million. Did you have to? Third wallet, dolphins in the ocean.
Better than the Nerd Wallet commercial with the whale. I don't get that.
Was that a beluga whale? I wrote down dolphins.
I think it was beluga.
It was a beluga.
I don't know, but
my daughters were correcting me. They said beluga. I said dolphin. So you've lost me right there, man. Yeah. Ludicrous. Fast and the Furious.
Oh yes, Vin Diesel. Slow and I like that with Vin Diesel going slow and chilling. Good one for Haagen-Dazs. Thumbs up.
What was the next one with the flushy cowboy head thing?
That was another of the Tubi skin hat thing that creeped me out. I didn't want that. Get it away.
I'm sorry, that one is a no-go for me.
Then Bud Light, Post Malone on the cul-de-sac.
Loved it. Power of Love. Here are three things I took away. Peyton Manning can cook. Power of Love song walking. Remember what happened with Bud Light? Power of Love song in the background. And I loved that they were actually shooting cans of Bud Light. Get it, Peter?
I know. And that was the other commercial that bled into the actual show, because suddenly you went into the stadium, you were down in the tunnel below the Superdome, and there was Peyton Manning stocking Bud Light beers into the same super long cooler that you saw it in the advertisement. I'll give it a thumbs up.
Then we had the obesity leads to 500,000 deaths a year. It's so true, Peter.
It was a good commercial. It told people it's too expensive. We have an option that is a lot less expensive.
$160 billion industry feeding on a failure to protect humans in America.
Yeah, it was good.
Took a political swipe. And I don't think they're far from the truth. Hims and ads.
Yeah.
Poppy soda was next.
I loved it.
Good looking people, good vibes. But look at the sequence of the ads. Failure to feed and then 5 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Good timing to go back to back, right? So they must have thought of that one.
We're in the fourth quarter.
Now we're in the fourth quarter. 47-yard touchdown.
By this point, I'm texting all of my former Fetch colleagues, now knowing full well that Fetch is paid, and we'll talk about this in a second, for an ad at the last ad at the 2-minute mark. And I'm like, is there going to be anybody watching the game by the time your ad appears? Because I'm kind of concerned that other than the people in Philadelphia, everyone else will have pretty much turned off the game by then.
There's some truth to that, Peter, other than the only thing that I'll say is usually when the party is dying down, people stay, they watch the trophy, the Vince Lombardi presentation, etc. So 47-yard pass for touchdown, followed by Agent Force AI again, Matthew McConaughey.
Still don't know why I want.
Don't know what it is. Yeah. So again, $8 million B2B ad. Is that the place? How about visit Las Vegas in costumes right after that?
I didn't have that. I had joined the military. You had
joined the military, and I had visit Las Vegas in costumes.
I had an advertisement that showed all the different branches of the military, and it was a recruitment video.
Okay,
it was fine. It wasn't. I mean, it was watered down. Wasn't terribly exciting.
Good grief, man! This next ad, Yeezy.com, Kanye West's ad.
You had a Yee commercial?
Yes. For 30 seconds, he hovered on TV with his mouth open. He said, "Look at my new teeth." Didn't say much. He said, "I shot this on an iPhone. $8 million, 30 seconds." He said, "Go to Yeezy.com." That was the ad. My jaw dropped just like yours right now.
So my commercial was ramp.com, how to use this app to manage your expenses, which wasn't terribly waste of money. Everybody uses Concur.
I mean, after everything that he's done on Twitter X the last few days to actually buy $8 million
commercial, because that's just stupid.
I want you to take a minute. I want you to take a minute after this episode, and I want you to Google Yeezy.com and see what it's labeled WLM. I'll leave it at that. So then we had the 40-year California lottery, which was really cool because it was shooting into baskets and hoops and the cups. What'd you have?
I had a bunch of elderly ladies playing golf, and one was getting ready to swing, and the other two, one was showing the other one, "Look what I just got from my boyfriend." Doesn't it look that view is great? And she goes, and the woman swinging says, what are you looking at? And the woman holding the phone says, I'm looking at a tick pick. And she like almost falls off, and it's TICKPICK for ticket pick.
Not even close. What about the range up to 350 miles Polestar 3 ad after that? I bet you didn't get that one.
Didn't see that either. I got an ad for Potential Energy Coalition about climate change. I closed it out with an ad by Indeed.com for job search.
I think the California lottery and Polestar took up our time. So then we are fourth quarter ads, Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Some powerful messages. I actually going to give that one a thumbs up. I don't like Harrison Ford, but it's a thumbs up. Freedom is a yes, no, maybe. Write your own stories. Freedom is earned. Freedom should never be pride. Very important message in today's America.
You don't have to be friendly with someone. You don't have to be friendly with someone to wave at them.
That's right. And it's the freedom to even choose freedom. And then I love that he ended it with Jeep makes me happy, even though my last name is Ford. That cracked me up. Thumbs up.
That was very funny.
Then we got the Z Suite of Tubi again.
I had another Fox News ad.
So we got Tubi. Fourth time Tubi.
I saw Tubi before the Jeep ad.
Did you get David Beckham?
I saw the Stella Artois ad with Matt Damon and David Beckham. It was okay.
It was okay, but nothing memorable. Like overall, so far, I haven't found a single commercial that I'll remember for a lifetime, right? So and then message on how do we talk to our girls about continuing sports. Show the kid running forever. Again, hats off to the NFL for its powerful message. Booking.com. Next, did you get that one?
Muppets on the beach. You know, anything with a Muppet in it is okay by my book.
Some of these ads now start stinking of vanity to me. Like they had to spend $8 million. Like people know Booking.com. Are they going to watch this ad and really start going to Booking.com? They're already there. And then the Bosch tools. Did you see that one with Randy Macho Man Savage?
I'm not going to go buy any Bosch tools. I know Antonio Banderas. No,
that's the same thing, Peter. Like $8 million, vanity ads by CMOs. Most of these. I'm not going to comment about.
We finally had a GoDaddy ad, something that we expect in every Super Bowl.
I didn't get. Well, what about you missed? You missed the Totino's Pizza one. Did you not see that?
I saw that one. I did.
I'm gonna let you comment. It's my past alma mater. What do you think? Was it worth $8 million?
Alien Encounters? No. You know,
go buy Totino's Pizza roll. I think the fans that love it already buy it anyway. This is not the ad. Sorry, no ticket anybody. But again, many of these ads are not driving immediate conversion. We are rating for it. GoDaddy, Walter Goggins working goggle glasses. What do you think?
It's a GoDaddy ad. It's not going to be like it's about as likely to get me to build a website through them or a domain name through them as it is for me to get Squarespace to build a site. It's not happening.
Then the last ad before the end of the game was your buddy, the company we know too well, Fetch Rewards. I'm going to applaud Wes for leaving the QR code up there for the entire duration. That's how people would download the app.
Yeah. And once you downloaded the app, you would see that if you already had the app on and you opened it up, you would see a ticker clicking down from about 4 minutes. And it said the show will begin in 4 minutes. And I think the reason they did that is for the people, they knew how long it was going to take for someone who didn't have the app to download it and provision it so that they could participate. And then basically what they did is over the course of like 4 or 5 minutes, Wes would introduce a tranche of winners, 20 at a time, 120 winners total, each of whom got $10,000 in cash. And then they showed you how you could qualify for $1 million in cash. It was campy. It was cheesy. But you know what? I stuck through the whole thing, and I suspect a whole lot of other people did. It was probably very effective. Here's my question. So you're basically
going to ask a question about consumer acquisition cost. Fourth quarter, last ad before the 2-minute warning ended the game.
The game was already over by that point.
But you can't assume that, Peter. The last few Super Bowls have come down to the last play.
Not by that many, not by such a point deficit, but in any event, here's my problem. Fetch's primary mechanism for customer acquisition has been a referral fee.
Different story. Yeah.
And the customer acquisition cost, it has been basically $4, right? It's 4,000 points. 1,000 points is equal to $1, so it was $4. So if it's an $8 million ad, they had better have acquired more than 2 million new users.
Peter, that's like expecting a moonshot.
I know.
2 million people will actually download the Fetch app and become new. 2 million people are not going to download anything.
Then it was just a vanity play by their CMO. You know?
To be honest with you, so let's do a quick summary and wrap up here.
Was it good? Did it get people to download the app?
Yes, for sure, Peter. I'm going to actually applaud him for having the courage.
Absolutely.
$8 million. Again, a question. It's overall summary. You got to pick your favorite ad of the day. What's yours? Mine's T-Mobile, Starlink. I got to learn something new. It scared me a little bit, but I also now will pay attention to Starlink. Well done, T-Mobile, for bringing that message. That was my number one ad outside of the NFL's powerful messages. What about you? You got to pick one.
If I had to pick one, it would have been the opening, the huddle with Brad Pitt, but that was an NFL ad. So if I take that away, looking at these, I actually liked, oh God, this is so hard for me. I liked the Tom Brady ad with Duracell. I really did. I thought that worked.
And then what would you say? Complete waste of $8 million. You got to pick one. I'm sorry.
Coffee Mate.
I'm going to go with you on that one and say that cold foam coffee. What? These are people. So guys, we do this because we care. It's $8 million when we have volume challenges.
Shareholder equity, right?
All people we work with, all of you, you've come on the show. We're not taking pot shots. We got to be honest.
How much did you have to sell to generate $8 million of profit? You would have had to do a lot of volume moving.
At least 30 million, Peter, at a 25 margin. That's another. So to me, if we were to summarize it, compared to previous years, the quality of these ads as memorable has been diminishing. I haven't been home for the last few, but generally that's the sentiment. I've now decided you and I are going to watch this together. What do you say? And we're going to do this year over year.
This is a ritual. And you know what? What I love most is we were able to do this in under an hour. That is our
58 commercials, 57 minutes, Peter.
I love it, Sri.
How'd you like that?
Thanks for taking time out of your Sunday evening after the Super Bowl.
You too, Peter.
To do this, to decompose what we saw. I think it was worthwhile. And to our audience, we want to thank you for listening to the CPG Guys podcast. Again, if you can do one thing for us tonight, just one thing, even if it's now that you're done with this episode, just go into Apple or Spotify, main page of the podcast, scroll down to where it has the star rating, give us a star rating. We really, really need one. We appreciate it.
And we'll wrap up by saying Peter and I want to thank our followers on LinkedIn. Without you, the show doesn't exist.
Yep.
We barely put out a message saying we were going to put out this episode rating every single ad. You engaged immediately. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Regular programming back Saturday.
Thank you. And we look forward to speaking with you on the next episode of The content in this podcast episode is provided for general informational purposes only. By listening to our episode, you understand that no information contained in this episode should be construed as advice from CPG Guys LLC or the individual author, hosts, or guests, nor is it intended to be a substitute for research on any subject matter. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by CPG Guys LLC. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The views expressed by CPG Guys LLC do not represent the views of their employers or the entity they represent. CPG Guys LLC expressly disclaims any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, or inability to use this podcast or the information we present in this podcast.